Cancer is the leading cause of death among firefighters. Today, the International Association of Firefighters hosting an event raising awareness and teaching how to protect firefighters against what are toxic chemicals. Mary Jane Bellieza takes us to Caesars Palace, where hundreds of firefighters attended from across the country.
Scorching flames aren't the only things firefighters have to battle. There's another invisible fight proving to be fatal, and the danger is in the very gear that's supposed to protect them.
The sad part is the chemical companies have known that these PFAS chemicals are toxic going back to the 1960s. This never should have been infused into the manufacture of our gear.
Edward Kelly, the general president of the International Association of Firefighters, is talking about polyfluoroalkyl substances, or PFAS, containing harmful carcinogens. The chemicals are absorbed in the skin and cannot be washed away. It can even be spread in your house.
If we have our bunker gear on and we're in your home, that could be rubbing up against your couch, your bed, etc., where your children could be playing. This is dangerous for all of us. The fight we're taking on isn't just about protecting firefighters, it's living up to the oath we took to protect you.
Jason Burns, a Massachusetts firefighter, knows how important this conversation is.
So I got hired in 2006, and we didn't ever hear the conversation PFAS. I didn't hear that until probably about 2017.
Burns was recently featured in the documentary Burned, which highlights how these chemicals impact the fire community.
What changed for me was starting to see 20, 30, 40-year-old kids getting cancer and dying from cancers, much more aggressively than they have been in the past. And I had just lost 2 firefighters to cancer. One was 37 and one was 32. One was a childhood friend of mine. So it stung, and I set out to kind of ask questions and be inquisitive.
Currently, there are no alternatives for another uniform. Kelly says they're working with the National Fire Protection Association to change that. The next step is teaming up with toxic tort lawyers, changing legislation and successful reform.
You really have to hold people accountable for what they've done. That includes the bad actors in this case.
For me, the message is, and this you asked what my next step is, I got about 15 years left on in this job. It's about leaving this job better for the next generation.
Nevada Senate Bill 76 prohibits the use or release of any Class B firefighting foam that contains PFAS materials for any kind of firefighting training.